manipulate the blocks themselves. I'm shooting your character right now.
Right. Thanks. So, go ahead and go to your toolbar.
Okay.
You're the main menu there.
Mm-hmm.
And go ahead and pull a gyroscope down onto your menu, into your toolbar.
Okay. I can look that up. Oh, okay, there it is.
Yes, you have a search bar in there too, so you can search for the specific piece.
Yeah, okay, I've got a gyroscope.
So go ahead and place that on the station.
Alright.
As you notice, you can only place a gyroscope on one spot. This is an important piece of equipment for a ship. This actually lets you rotate in space without any thrusters. So up and down, you know, all the rotational axis, not the forward or backward movement.
Yeah.
The large ship version has a console on it that you can access. You might see it there in the front.
I do.
You hit K while that's highlighted. This will give you access to the gyroscope.
Interesting. Okay.
On the small ship version, if you go to one of the small ships and place down a gyroscope on one of them,
Mm-hmm. Alright, let me...
notice it's...
Where would it be at on one of the smaller ships?
Now that's inside the internals of the ship.
Ah, okay. That makes sense.
You can place them anywhere you want. But if you look at it, it's much smaller and there's no console, so you got to use the cockpit to access it. There's some advanced controls on there, but we're not going to get into those today.
Okay.
So gyroscope is part one. The next one, go ahead and go back into your menu. Ooh, got an invite.
Okay.
You mean only friends can join this game? I'm not your friend, apparently.
It's,
Getting that message.
it might be because you are already here. Is there a way to bring up the people that are in the game currently? To like
Not that I've seen.
Alright, here,
Go
I'll...
ahead and just exit out of the game and reload. That'll help.
Alright, yeah, this is definitely helpful. I'm kind of getting the hang of how you would go about building things. Okay, so...
Joining your world already. I'm joining.
Alright, cool.
Okay, so the gyroscope again is important. The more gyroscopes you have, the more maneuverable and more you can rotate your ship.
Alright.
Now you can have too many gyroscopes, and then your ship is so sensitive that you're unable to control it.
Alright.
Most utility ships I put between 2 and 4 gyroscopes, depending on their size. Fighters I tend to put 4 to 8.
Okay.
Now, that's extremely sensitive, but you can adjust its power levels, but again, we're not given that.
Yeah.
Also, gyroscopes are the gateway to making satellites that orbit on their own.
Oh. And what added benefit would a satellite give you in this game?
Well, for instance, if you built it out of large ship blocks and you put the Gatling and missile turrets on it that auto-target enemies, and it's rotating around an asteroid that your base happens to be
I
on,
see.
that could be very useful. Okay, I'm at about 75% now.
Alrighty.
Sorry, everyone, I live in the country.
Yeah, it happens.
Evan, Logan wants you to come over to his house and explain how to make tiramisu or something, because he loves the explanations that you have. You're so thorough.
Well, thanks. I appreciate that. I don't know tiramisu. I know lasagna.
Yeah.
Anything.
Really
It could be
lasagna.
anything. You can explain how to pick a booger out of your nose. Just explain it as thoroughly as possible, and we would love it.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to show you a shape I really like to make with the blocks real quick.
Okay.
So this is basic corner one. This I do for edging. So you do corner block, then the inverted block, and back to this one. See the shape it's doing there? That nice,
Yeah.
clean, sloping edge.
That's cool.
You can do it in any direction too. So now I've got it coming out the other side here. Another one would be just the angled part. That guy there, displaced. I'm just connecting them. I do a lot of pillars this way, like connecting pillars on ships.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Just like structural support areas.
Right. They're not really necessary in the game, but you know, you want to make something that looks good.
Yeah, I think aesthetically it definitely gives it
And
some validity there.
So next, we're going to move on to the power supplies. We're going to start with a small reactor.
Okay.
This is the large ship small reactor. Notice it has two big doors on it. This is because it needs uranium.
Oh.
You can either manually load uranium into your reactors, or, for convenience sake, connect them to conveyors to your cargo containers. And we'll get into conveyors here soon. This also has a little control panel on it. You can toggle it on and off. And on the small ship version, it does not. So a small ship version looks like this guy. Over here.
Okay, I see.
It has that little door on it, so
Yeah.
basically that's the usual way our fighters get powered. I tend to put on my utility ships the large reactor, which looks like... Oh, let me find a spot that'll let me place it. That. It provides
Oh
a
wow.
hell of a lot more power, but obviously it's a lot more bulky.
Yeah. So like do weight effects genuinely affect the physics of these ships?
In what way?
Like you'd have to add more thrusters to be able to propel more weight.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
it does. Now, if you notice, they're inside a gravity field right now, but they're not moving.
Yes.
That's not because of their inertial dampeners. That's because they don't have any mast blocks. Technically, the ship has a mast for the thrusters, but it doesn't care about gravity until you put a mast block on it. It's called artificial mast. I'm just going to stick one on the bottom here and show you what happens.
Oh
Now it's
wow.
going down.
Okay.
So this here is the battery. When you place them, when you build them, they don't have any power in them. So if you build a ship with just a battery on it, it's not going to do anything.
Okay.
So you got to have a way to charge it. So normally having reactors on the ship as well is a good idea. Or if you build it against a station, the connector here, which we'll get into in a bit, you can power it that way. A lot of my drones run just on batteries. Use connectors and so on.
Cool.
So, let's see here. Now we have thrusters. Now we need thrusters, yes. So we're going to large and small thrusters. So small thrusters only take up 2 blocks, whether they're large or small. And this one here is a small thruster. Most utility ships I build only have small thrusters. Just because they make it streamlined, and especially for miners, I
Yeah.
find the most efficient miners are tunnelers. So if they're going to take up small space and fit in a tunnel that their drills are building, they got to take up as little space as possible.
Okay.
Whereas the large thruster here, you can see that one is a 2x3 2.
Yeah, that is considerably larger.
Now again, but there's definitely thrust benefits. For instance, I'm going to show you 2 ships here. Now, where is it? watch right over there behind you.
Oh, okay,
This
cool.
is the ship I've already built. As you see, this is just a little utility ship. It only uses small thrusters and one battery. And this guy transports cargo. It's got some getup, but if I go to one of my fighters here, let's do this guy. I'll explain how I'm doing that in a bit.
Okay. Oh, that's cool.
See
You're losing it.
what happened there?
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have any power right now.
Oh, okay, so there's nothing to keep it held into the air.
Right. So you've got to kind of dance. Ugh. Oh no. This is another problem a lot of people run into while building. So if you're building a ship, you're going to want to have it somehow anchored to a station unless you're really confident you're building. So now that we've gone over thrusters, this guy has 4 gyroscopes, 1 large thruster. As you can see, plenty of small thrusters on it.
Yeah.
So
Is
go
this
ahead.
stuff that you've already created before?
Yes.
Cool.
So go ahead and hit T. Can you get in there, or is it owned by me?
All right, I'm in.
Okay, now try and use it just like it was a jetpack. Go up and down. See how much thrust that large thruster gives you?
Yeah, that's awesome.
So there's definitely benefits, but again, this game is very good at benefits and costs. So the next part I'm going to show you, go ahead and hop out of there. You see that little point that says its name?
Yeah, the Kestrel.
Yes. That is an antenna if you look at the underside here.
Oh, all
By the way,
right.
if you hit L, that turns your lights on. Your suit and on your ship. Your running lights. That's an important part, not only for communication, but it also lets you control your drone.
All right,
And it
cool.
can let you show all sorts of things on the HUD. Now, on small ships, it's that size.
Yep, I lost you
on.
again.
Oh no, I'm no longer there.
Yeah, it said
No connection with server.
said you're disconnected. All right, so that makes sense. So you're able
Okay.
to automate your ships to a certain extent.
Not really.
Okay.
You can fake automation with sensors and timer blocks and all sorts of things that are incredibly complicated.
All right.
How you can make remote controlled ships.
All right.
So, okay, go ahead and put the antenna on your menu bar, your toolbar.
Okay. Antenna.
Now you see how small it is on that ship.
Let's see. Oh yeah.
Go ahead and turn it and face it towards the station.
Okay. Give me a second. Putting it on here.
Yeah.
All right. So how do I control it?
Okay, so controlling things on station ships, whatever, you've got to have a control console.
Oh.
On small ships, it's always a cockpit, unless you're if you want to have direct control. You can also put a little console command, but on the station here, you can control any of these from any of those little blue control consoles that we've seen all over the place, like on the reactors or gyroscope. Any of those will
Yeah.
give you access. But the main way to control this station or this platform, if you run over towards Red 1, hear those 4 things that are sticking out of the ground. Behind it, there is a seat with a screen.
Okay. Let me get in there.
You hit T to get in and out of those seats.
All right. So there's some artificial gravity inside of the ship itself.
Oh, you don't have to be in this. Don't go in the ship.
Oh, I don't have. All right. Never mind.
On the. Yeah, we're not at that point. on the platform itself.
Oh,
See-
yes.
Go ahead and run up to that chair and hit T.
Okay.
Get in it.
Now I'm in it.
How it feels to chew 5 gum.
What was that?
That was a ad on my phone. I apologize. But how do you
Okay.
feel when you chew 5 gum?
I haven't chewed 5 gums, so I don't know. Well, while you're in a seat like you notice how it shows you an outsourced view there? If you hit Alt, and you can rotate your mouse, look around, and you can hit G, and that'll bring up the menu to populate your toolbar with the different things that you have access to. So, for instance, you'll see reactors, assemblers, refineries. Go ahead and drag any one of them onto your toolbar.
Alright, let me see here really quick. Alright. So, let's say like an assembler.
Yeah.
And
As soon as you drag it,
it's like toggle block on off on use conveyor
it brings-
system.
exactly, it brings up a whole menu, and you can do this for ships or stations. It's the same process. So
Oh,
if you
okay.
want to drag your guns down there, you can. Now, if for guns actually and tools, normally you want to go to weapons and tools section and drag those in the toolbar from there, because that means once they're selected, you activate them with your left mouse button.
Oh, weird. That's so. That's interesting. Alright.
You're logged into the turret, aren't you?
I am.
On the control button. That's more advanced than we're getting into today.
Alright, I'll get out of there. Alright,
I know it's fun. It's fun.
it is. Alright, so.
If you want to do something fun, actually get back into that control panel. Back into that chair.
Okay.
K. Bring up the main menu.
Alright.
You'll see grinders in the control panel menu.
Yes.
Go ahead and shift click and select all of them, or control click and select all 3. You see block group over there? Go ahead and give it a name.
Huh, it's not
Hit
letting
the
me.
save button underneath.
It's not letting me shift click.
You have to have one selected, and then drag down and select the other 2. Control click works just as well. Then you just click each one individually, holding the control button.
Okay.
Give them a block group name, which is in the right corner there. Hit save.
Yeah, I'm not seeing what you're talking about for some reason.
Doran, you did hit the terminal button. Hit K while you're in the seat.
Let me get in the seat. Ah, okay. So, grinders.
You should see 3 there.
In the control
Uh,
panel, you said?
Yeah, when you hit
okay,
K.
grinder 1, 2, and 3. Okay, cool.
Yeah, select them. And you see block group over there.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give it a name. Hit save.
Okay.
So now they're part of a group. So whenever you select that group at the top of the menu, which if you go to the top of the menu, you'll see that group there. It selects those blocks. So say you want certain thrusters to be on while the gyroscopes are on, you can assign them to a group.
Okay.
Also comes into, say, assigning sensors to do specific things for specific groups later. Now, okay, so now that they're all on, go ahead and click on. Turn all the grinders on.
Okay.
Get out of the seat.
Alright.
Now you should see that little yellow area there.
Yeah.
See them spinning?
Yep.
Okay, now let's take that fighter. The fighter there, don't get in it. I'm going to show you another control here. You know how to copy and paste with the keyboard, right?
Yes.
Same thing. Go ahead and hit, while aiming at the fighter, hit Control C.
Oh, wild. Okay.
and then place it over above the grinders there. So long as the outline is green, you can place it. Now again, the home and insert page up, page down keys let you rotate it.
Okay. I'm making it weird. Alright.
Now, then since we put a mass block on it, once you place it above those grinders, we'll drop it right in there.
Yep, it is tearing it apart.
Holy crap, that's cool.
Yeah, grinders are built to tear apart ships if you salvage.
Destroy that ship.
You can put those on small and large ships. What's nice is if you go over to your cargo container over there, that's next to the grinders, the big one,
Yes.
hit K when you have the door highlighted. You get a whole new menu.
Okay.
This is the inventory screen. You should see it on the right-hand side there.
Alright.
You see on the left-hand side where it shows you should see the grinder, the automatic rifle, the hand drill, the welder.
Yes.
Hey, Nick.
Right above it, there's a little square box.
Yes.
Go ahead and select that. This lets you have both inventory menus open, so if you want to transfer from one ship or one cargo container to another that's in the conveyor grid.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, I see in my
See-
my grinder has some iron and platinum in it now.
right, because it took it from that ship.
Alright, cool.
So, let's see here. Let's go ahead and go to cockpits.
Alright.
Go ahead and open your menu and select both the cockpit and the fighter cockpit. Put them on your toolbar.
Fighter cockpit. I'm gonna put that on my bar. Hey Nick, how's it going? Okay. So, alright, I have that on my toolbar.
Okay. Now go ahead and go over to one of the ships and
Okay.
highlight their current cockpit.
Yes.
If let's go with the normal cockpit, not the fighter one. You see how it has a red square around that cockpit?
Let me. Yeah, okay.
All right. Actually, go to the ship with the welder and the grinder, not the one with the two drills on it.
Oh, okay, I see it.
Like, highlight its cockpit.
Alright.
Right click.
Oh, okay, cool. So that got rid of that block.
Right. In creative, if you right click, you'll delete whatever blocks you can. Now you can go ahead and place a new one. That was just to show you the right click. How you place the orientation of your cockpit determines where technically the facing of your ship is. So if you put that on backwards, what currently is showing as the front of the ship would be the back of the ship.
Oh, alright. Alright, that
Oh,
makes
yeah.
sense.
The cockpit orientation is important. One more thing to do. Go ahead and look at the bottom of that ship and hit K. Oh, not K, G, sorry.
Okay.
Find your landing gear. Put that on your menu.
Alright.
Now, go ahead and place a couple of those on the bottom of the ship. Now, landing gear, they actually help absorb shock. Your ship's coming down, so go ahead and get in it. And as you can see from inside the cockpit when you first get in the ship.
Okay.
And hit Alt and look around inside the cockpit as well.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Now hit V.
Oh, right.
And rotate your view so you can see the bottom of the ship a little bit, like from the front.
Okay.
Now start to descend the ship a little bit to the platform. Too fast, though. Just tap the key. So you see the landing gear change.
Yeah,
light up
yeah,
yellow.
they're gripping the pad, it looks like.
Yeah, hit P now. They should turn green.
Okay. Does that mean they're locked
Right.
in?
Yep, if you try and fly away, your ship's not going to go anywhere. It will actually just burn a hole in the floor.
No, Nick, I'm not playing in windowed mode.
Evan, Logan wants to know how many players just spend all day making flying penises.
A lot. Actually, one of my favorite, YouTubers to watch for space engineers. He did a large space battle recently, and there was a fleet of flying penises that